Hey, it's Mel from Rap Rankings. To hear the full episode this clip comes from and all of the other episodes, check the link in the description, stop by raprankings.com, or search Rap Rankings on your favorite podcast platform. And please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting to help us grow the channel and continue our journey as hip-hop's first and premier extreme podcast.
Okay, so our next guest is a returning guest to Rap Rankings, actually returning from last week. So once again, this guest is a journalist, historian, and Bostonian. He's the author of Instead We Became Evil and On Track, The Chronicles of DJ Amir. He is the chair of Everyone 250. His recent work also includes Boston Legends, Mathematic Athletics. Please welcome back, once again, in season 16, our friend Dart Adams.
Give him twice the applause, y'all.
I appreciate y'all for having me back.
Folks, full disclosure, audience, he never left the session. We're still in the same session from last week, which is great. But
we actually haven't started reviewing this Ice Cube project at all.
Right. We're starting with this track too. But since y'all have last heard Dart, it's been a week, But for us, it's been a few minutes. But we're here for track two.
This will be really weird if something like, on a grand scale, some kind of tragic event happens between the release of the two episodes. Like, why are these guys so jovial?
Right. Yeah, there would definitely be some weird time-space displacement going on. Hopefully nothing eventful happens. But this is track two, Jackin For Beats, produced by Sir Jinx and Chili Chill, I guess.
Yes.
And, with some involvement from Ice Cube here. But the usual. If you want to give us your rating first, Dart, or if you want to start, however you want to do it.
Okay, so I'm going to give this another 9.
Okay, all right.
So there's a reason why this isn't a 10. Last week, I didn't give it a 10 because the thing was that they were pushing because they were trying to compensate for the fact that there was no Cube. There was no Arabian Prince. There was all the speculation in the air. So we gotta make these motherfuckers believe.
Right.
We still them motherfuckers. We still them niggas. We're still the most dangerous group in America. So that's why it got a 9. Because they just didn't, they were sort of relaxed and it was like, okay, we're in our zone. This is what we do. Let's go bang this out. They had a lot of pressure mounting on their shoulders. And when you hear Dre rap that way, you're like, wait, hold on, calm down. But no, Ren was like, no, motherfucker, we got to, and DLC, give me them heart bars because we gonna make this. And then Eazy-E was playing hopscotch and he jumped in. That's why I got a 9. This gets a 9. Yeah, so that's why that got a 9. This gets a 9 because it's Jackin For Beats. So here's the thing, right? This EP happens because the process of making America's Most Wanted was a quick process. They did pre-production at 510, in Long Island, working with the dudes. And then they went to Green Street and they recorded the album. The album happened pretty quickly. And after it was, delivered, it came out pretty soon because they wanted to beat the next N.W.A. project to market.
Right.
That's why there was no video. That's why there was no video forever. There were singles. There was like press, you could pick up a magazine and see like, a half a full page ad, but there was really no press. The album was selling, like I said before, like hotcakes made of crack batter without radio airplay. People were just buying it, a lot of it through word of mouth. So after the success of the album, and then N.W.A. putting out the 100 Miles of Running EP, where they were dissing Cube all up and down it, and Cube was like, I didn't say shit about y'all. And he put out Who's the Mac video later. He was like, all right, so the next thing we're gonna do two pieces. One, we had the Bomb Squad produce the album, but we were there in the process, coming up with ideas, going back and forth, and seeing how the Bomb Squad put shit together. All right? We're seeing how the Bomb Squad put stuff together. He was there with his boy, Sir Jinx, with his DJ Chili Chill, with the rest of the crew that later becomes Lynch Mob under the banner, which later becomes Street Knowledge, right? So they're putting all that together. So when it's time to come up with the EP, he wants to put something else out because he has other material. It's like, oh, you got to go back to the Bomb Squad? The Bomb Squad are already got plaques coming in from working for Bell Biv DeVoe, you know, working on their album, doing all this other stuff, you know, producing remixes here and there. So it's like, nah, we got this on our own. And you're like, okay, so what are y'all going to sound like? It turns out that they sounded like an extension of the Bomb Squad, but just West Coast version. Now, when you're making an EP, like you see what happened with the EP with N.W.A. N.W.A.'s EP wasn't that concise. It was a bunch of shit they put together to let people know, hey, we still out here.
Right.
Whereas Cube was like, I have to get across this idea that this is kind of an extension of what I was doing on the album, but I'm going to address things that have happened since, right? That's why it's so short. It's like 22 minutes. Now, first thing is, you know, the remix, endangered species, all of us are endangered, damn. The remix. And Jackin For Beats is pretty much the idea behind a mixtape, right? Like if you perform You're on the Road, and then there's this one of my favorite joints ever is Lifestyles of the Rich and Infamous by Ice-T off the OG album, where he talks about he's doing a set, something happens to the turntables, the sound man's being a dick, so his shit ain't coming up. So he looks at Evil E and he's like, yo, throw on somebody else's record. And then he goes, E hits the fader and the crowd is lit. I stopped ripping off some new shit, you know? So he's rapping over someone else's beat, because a lot of times the way to get people's attention when you do a live set or when you did the mixtape culture was emerging was to rap on a popular beat or show somebody, this is what I could have done on your shit. So the idea of Jackin For Beats was, I'm going to take popular records of the time, ones that turn the party out, ones that people recognize, and I'm going to rap over them. But I'm going to make a video for this. This is going to be the perfect vehicle that I could bring to Yo MTV Raps, that I could bring to BET, that could go on the box, that could go on Video Music Box. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a song, Dead Homies, too, that's going to be like really what this whole EP is about. Because I couldn't put a Dead Homies on the album because I was working with the Bomb Squad and they had me doing, you know, and I had to get out all the stuff that I had written for Dre and Easy that I didn't use, like, you know, Gangsta's Fairy Tale, you know, stuff like that. But I'm going to make a video for Dead Homies, but I'm going to make a video for this, and this is going to be my foot forward. Because here's the issue. I said it before on the previous episode. N.W.A. was like, hey, we're still hot. We're still dangerous. Explosions. I'm going to flip over a car. You know, we're going to have like these elaborate set pieces. We're going to have extras. We're going to do stunts. Like, y'all need to do all that shit. So Cube is like, I'm just going to make a video that doesn't cost a lot of money. The extras and everybody else is just going to be people in the crew. This video is going to be like 3 minutes long, and it's going to be straightforward. I don't need no explosions. I don't need no extra sets. I don't need stunts. You know what I'm saying? I don't need multiple cameras. Because this is stripped down. This is who I am. I don't have to try. I am dangerous. Okay? So Jackin For Beats was both a thing where it's like, I don't give a fuck to the point where I'm going to rap over other people's beats, but they're cool with me. But also, I know that y'all like this type of shit for the mixtapes. And also, I know y'all go to the shows. And when people do shows, sometimes they rap over somebody else's beat because I already heard this fucking song. I got the tape. I got the album. That's why people used to put out remixes. Your album came out 6 months ago. You mean to tell me you're gonna put out this single 6 months later? No, remix this shit and give me more verses and put more people in the video and do something different. So Cube is like Jackin For Beats. I'm going to talk about I'm going to rap over everybody's beats, older beats, hot beats. I'm going to rap over beats that people wouldn't even think I would, like Big Old Butt. Like this motherfucker rapped over Big Old Butt. He starts out with, my name is D Nice, which is one of the nicest. One of the nicest beats, 1990, but also the Turtles. So he does that shit. He raps over that, and it's like a great foot forward. And it's kind of hardcore, but also lighthearted, but also threatening at the same time. So it's dangerous, but it's tongue in cheek. Right. Whereas N.W.A were taking themselves so fucking seriously. They were like so serious. And Cube is like, I'm hard already. I got my whole crew with me. The LENCHMOB. Keep bombing that straight beat. And that's how they reach you. Stop, fool. Come off that beat, ya. Feel good because you cut the door. Ain't little nothing ass smart. Raise up. Because you can't have it back. And the best part is that they're scratching it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you would want to hear when somebody does something live or does a routine.
Right.
So now, is this the first time something like this had been done on record?
Not really. But
okay,
nobody had decided, I'm going to put this shit out first. I'm going to pick a video for it. And I'm going to make it the selling point of what I'm doing. Because it's like this. I talked to somebody about this. I taught classes a lot about hip hop culture and rap and shit like that. You come out hard dissing somebody in a battle. How do you battle that? Humor, lightheartedness, like water off a duck's back. If you come back hard at the same person the same way, no, you got to make this shit bounce. That's why, the best disses or the best diss tracks have humor in them. What LL Cool J did to the LL Cool J did to the Break of Dawn, people were laughing throughout that whole record and dancing. That's why it was so fucking effective. Think about like Jack the Ripper. Jack the Ripper is one of the most effective and also the gold platinum standard for diss tracks before No Vaseline because it was a fucking B-side. It was a dance track. To the Break of Dawn was a fucking B-side and a dance track to a movie soundtrack, right? People were doing the Running Man to the Break of Dawn. People were dancing to Jack the Ripper. You know when LL Cool J performs Jack the Ripper? He performs Jack the Ripper on Club MTV. Club MTV. Go to YouTube and look up LL Cool J, Jack the Ripper, Club MTV. It is a bunch of club kids dancing, and LL with his jacket, with his jacket on, but no shirt underneath it, I think. And he's just like having the time of his life. Bring it down. He's like half dancing. Co-creator, Jack the Ripper. Jack, he is having the time of his motherfucking life. And the wild thing is that this is a diss record.
Right.
People are dancing. They're dancing hard. They're fucking sweating themselves out. People got dance partners. Oh, he's dissing somebody. He's dissing Kool Moe Dee, and you are like, you're dancing like this, like it's a song for the club. Because it was a song for the club.
Right.
Now, that's why Jackin For Beats works. Because Jackin For Beats is like, oh, these motherfuckers came at me, they dissed me, and this is my response. He doesn't talk about them until the end. And if I jack y'all and y'all keep coming, I have you march 100 miles and running. Right. Stop. Surprise, niggas. And then scratches in.
Their sample in there as
well. Yeah. Surprise, niggas. And then he scratches in what, now, he didn't address N.W.A at all. He didn't address N.W.A at all on his album. But God bless the homie Flavor Flav. Hey, yo, stop sweating my nigga Ice Cube and stay off his dick. Like, he scratches what he said. Cube didn't say it.
Right.
Cube didn't say it. But everybody knew what was the state. And they left it in because they know only out for one thing. It's like a song, you know, like it's like a collaboration with, you know, this is how a collaboration would go with. I did Chuck D, you know. I got to work with, you know, Flavor Flav. That's what you do on a record. You know what I'm saying? And then like the thing is that's why Jackin For Beats is so effective, but it's also why it's not a 9 and not a 10. Because Dead Homies would be a 10. Dead Homies is a perfectly executed record, top to bottom. Its effectiveness. Let me tell you something. I went to, now, in Boston Public Schools, I've told you the story. White flight from Boston Public Schools was just like, but after busing, by the time you get to the early 90s, I think the Boston Public School system was hovering around between 10 and 15% white kids. And a lot of them were at Boston Latin School, the oldest school in America, founded in 1635. The reason Harvard College existed was in 1636 was to send the graduates of Boston Latin School. Wow. So I went to Boston Latin School, which is one of the most prestigious schools in the nation and one of the most racist. And I hated it. I spent 5 years there. It was like purgatory. I spent 8 years in high school total. So here's the thing. In the weight room at Boston Latin School in 1990 into 1991, the weight room has black dudes, because if you're a black dude at Boston Latin School, you play sports. Latino dudes, if you were a Latino dude at Boston Latin School, you likely played sports, or you were just super smart and you had to play a sport. And you had all the white kids, because white kids. And let me tell you, Dead Homies, everybody, there were 50 motherfuckers in that weight room. And everybody knew every word. And not everybody was a big rap head. Okay? That's how much of a record it was. Everybody knew every word to Dead Homies. Clean version. And it's, you know why, mixed company, and you got a bunch of black kids from South End, Lower Roxbury, Dorchester, Jamaica Plain, Mattapan. If a white kid was to say the N-word, one of them barbells would have came off the rack, and it would be a different story. I wouldn't be talking to y'all the way I am now. So what I'm saying is that it was such a recognizable song because the video was on Yo MTV Raps. The video was on MTV. It was a recognizable song of the era. Everybody knew the words. That would get a 10. Now, Jackin For Beats is dope because it's inventive. It's creative. It's fun. It's catchy. It's hard, but it doesn't take itself too seriously. It has a popular video. And it also sells this EP. Okay? And it's also an extension of what he already did with the album. So with the album, there's like one video, Who's the Mac? You got Jackin For Beats and Dead Homies on here, right? And then he closes it out in a traditional rap way with a shout out. You know what I'm saying? Shout out record. But like Jackin For Beats is one of the most recognizable and creative and fun rap records of a year, where everybody was really paranoid about people trying to cross over. And it's funny because Cube crossed over. He says, I don't party and shake my butts. I save that for the brothers with the funny haircuts. He could have been talking about a bunch of people. He could have been talking about MC Hammer. He could have been talking about the dude in MC Hammer's crew with the hair. He could have been talking about Kid and Play. He could have been talking about quite a few people. I leave that for the brothers with the funny haircuts. I don't party and shake my butt. House party. You know?
Right.
I leave that for the brothers with the funny haircuts. And it drive you nuts. Give it that bass and give it that gangster touch. Like Jackin and Mackin. Say hi to this 357 I'm packing. Hammerhead, Old Town's 357. Who used to wear these crazy outfits and dance. And it sounds so sweet. IQ been the lynch mob. It's Jackin For Beats. And then it goes straight into a traditional fucking, James Brown. I can dig rapping. Straight, I can dig rap. Straight, Jackin. I can dig rapping. And then it goes in a funky drummer. 1, 2, 3, Ice Cube. I take a fucking beat and then shape it. Look at a dope break, then I make it. And then it goes straight into a big old butt. Like, that is some creative as scratching and cutting and pastiche, which is something that Bomb Squad was known for. So it's like, not only are we having fun, you could diss us, but we don't care. We hard without having to try. You want to fuck with us. N.W.A on the way out, dog. They on the way out. They ain't gonna last another year. I'm gonna be here making this type of shit. Wait till you hear my next album. I don't think they're gonna have another album after the next one. And all of this is inferred through what he's saying. Right?
Right. And I mean, to your point about him not taking himself too seriously, he's even taking shots at, the Bomb Squad and PE when he says, even if you down my crew, and then we get the
I jacked them too.
We got Flav in there. I'll jack them too. So he's, obviously a lot of it is tongue in cheek.
Yes.
But, to take this approach of almost having like a mixtape single, I think is very unique.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it absolutely is.
Well, you actually answered a question for me in explaining, I guess, his tone on the record, and I guess, him being cool with a lot of people he's talking about. I was gonna ask, like, did at the time any rappers take offense to the record? Because you can point to like a record like 50 Cent, How to Rob, or Big Sean, Kendrick, Jay Electronica, Control. We've had these records where rappers have just been like, hey, I'm gonna put the game on notice, or I'm gonna, shoot at multiple targets. And, we've had varying responses. So I guess everybody was partying at the time of Jackin For Beats.
Yeah, I mean, this is a shout out. This is also, because also you have to remember, N.W.A had gone on tour with Public Enemy, and Public Enemy was touring with a lot of these dudes. Also, another piece that you got to keep in mind, that Bomb Squad were in Long Island. So while Cube was making the album with the lynch mob hanging out on 510 Franklin, he's meeting Busta Rhymes. He's meeting all these people, right? He's I was talking to one of the members, Cameron, at one time. This is a long time ago. Cameron of what's the name of the group? Young Black Teenagers. And they were talking about, like, they were there for these sessions, for these pre-production meetings where they were playing beats, right? So he met a lot of these people either coming by, EPMD were from Long Island. So he knew these people.
You get the So What You Saying beat in here.
Yeah, so he either knew these people from visits to the East Coast, them coming to the West Coast, or like meeting them along the way. So it was kind of a shout out. So to drop a beat by, somebody like D Nice, that's a shout out. D Nice is like, yo, he used my record. EPMD's like, hey, they used my record. And then he was already cool with with Digital Underground. Oh, they used the record. So it was like fun. You know what I'm saying? Like the idea that, and then on top of that, you got to think about all the different like samples that they were referencing that people used. So you got the Turtles. You got Billy Squire's Big Beat. You know what I'm saying? You got Tramp.
Chilling, thrilling sounds of the haunted house from the classic Disney record.
So yeah, it's inside baseball, because these are records that like people were using in recording and in touring And they were like, oh, okay. Oh, shit. Ashley's roast clip. You know what I'm saying? Yo, he cut in Tramp, but then it dropped Hot Pants. And I know you got Soul. Like, you know, so like, it was like a lot of stuff that was like endearing him to the heads.
Yeah. In wrestling, they'd call it a cheap pop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's easy to just like use like Village Callers Hector, you know, Psychedelic Shack by the Temptations, you know, shit like I got that bomb V by T.S. Monk, but use a piece of it and everybody knows that piece. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you could either be that or it could be apart from I'm a Wonderful Thing Baby by Kid Creole and the Coconuts. And now I'm really inside baseball because if heads know that there's a part of Bon Bon V by T.S. Monk and there's a part of I'm a Wonderful Thing Baby by Kid Creole and the Coconuts that sounds alike, that people try to fuck each other up by trying to sample or play in a set, you already know what it is. So Ice Cube accomplished all these things on multiple levels. And even for the casuals, Jackin For Beats is a dope song to the casuals.
All right.
So he had everybody with this one. And it was a great way to sell Kill It Will. And Kill It Will, this is the last thing I'm going to explain about Kill It Will, it was released right in the Christmas holiday season.
Oh, okay.
So it was an EP. It's a stocking stuffer. It's what people were listening to when they went on Christmas break. It's what they were playing New Year's Eve and New Year's Day afterwards when everybody comes home from college. It's where you were hearing everywhere. And that is the sweet spot if you want to sell or market something. And he knew that. And he played it perfectly because N.W.A wanted to come out. He wanted to beat N.W.A to market. N.W.A dropped something. He dropped something right in Christmas leading 1991, and everybody's going to be waiting all 1991 for what he puts out. So he won. And then, of course, you know, N.W.A puts out their album. It does what it does, but I think everybody knew N.W.A's over after this. But when Q puts out his next album, they're like, we don't need N.W.A anymore. So he kind of won the war before the war started and also started it and finished it.
Outmaneuver them every step of the way.
Yes.
I would say definitely a smart decision, you know, capitalizing on the Christmas season. I'm definitely going to show what era I grew up in. But, you know, one of the defining moments of like the holiday season in 2013, and he later on said this, I forgot what interview, or maybe it was like a blog post or something, but Donald Glover, Childish Gambino, put out Because the Internet like a couple of weeks before Christmas. And he said it's because, you know, he knew people would be at home. It's like that time of the year where you're kind of just, you know, having some level of solitude. And yeah, I was just constantly spinning that album for like months to where I just, the time period that I ingested it in carried it through 2014. It became one of those projects for me. So yeah, good call to put it out there. And I can definitely see how it would appeal to casuals because it has that novelty factor of like, oh, I know that beat. You know, oh, he hopped on that. Like, we just got done reviewing Digital Underground. So, like, I smiled when he, you know, said he added a gangsta touch to, like, Humpty Dance. It's like, yeah, because, you know, they're all about having fun and the party. And, like, here's Ice Cube rapping on this now. I've always liked this song. I've heard it years ago. But, like, even the phrase, like, when I first started rapping in 2007 and my dad found out, he told me, like, he heard some of my early stuff. He was like, oh, you Jackin For Beats. And I was like, what do you mean? It's like, oh, well, you know, like, you know, this is this song from the radio. And he explained like, oh yeah, Jackin For Beats, Ice Cube. And I'm like, oh yeah, I guess I am Jackin For Beats.
It's got a really long tail.
Yeah.
We've got later on a bunch of Jackin For Beats that go all the way up to just a couple of years ago. I think the last person who did one was Smoke DZA. He did 2 of them. But there was also Jackin For Malt Liquor, which was Ice Cube in an ad for malt liquor that we had.
Really?
Which we'll also play later on. But Mel, what's your rating on this thing? We need, you know, you're ducking the smoke here. You're talking about Childish Gambino. Okay, talking about, I mean, yeah, we were talking about a sellout. You know, Ice Cube would go on to sell out, but you didn't have to bring up Childish Gambino, okay?
Well, no, here's going to be your real opportunity to call me bougie. So I like the record, but it's a 7-.
Oh my
But it's the mix.
7-.
It's the mix. I'll explain. It's the mix.
It's the mix.
It's the mix.
You hear this, Dart? It's the mix.
Well, we'll see. Go ahead. I'll say something afterwards. Go ahead.
I can understand though, because it's a lot of cutting and scratching and doing everything. So like I can hear them. The point is like getting the record out. Yeah, it's not going to sound pristine and like it was mastered in some big budget. He's Jackin For Beats. I get it, but there were just different moments in the song where I feel like he was ducking under a bit, or this could be cleaned up. But that's the only reason.
It's very hectic,
That's
that's why for me personally, I give this a 7+.
Okay.
I like the hectic nature of it. It's constantly, shifting and changing. It never stays in one place for too long.
Mm-mm.
And like Dart was saying, like we get everything from EP&D to the, Zap More Bounce sample and all these other famous samples. I mean, there's over 24 samples in this record.
Mm-hmm. Like either a sample or a record period. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. And it's just, when you think about older rap specifically, you see like all these samples that were used for one beat, and now you're lucky if you get like 3 samples on a beat where the drums come from one place and it's 2 other samples layered in there. But
these labels,
this was a time of like think about the limitations of what they were able to do with like the beat machines and everything at the time, with the amount that they were able to cram in there. I mean, it's honestly like a technical marvel in some ways.
I mean, on that note, I was wondering how they cleared this back in the day, because it's or did they just not?
No. Because here's the thing, right? So this is hilarious, because there's 2 levels, right? There's the most used samples that we know you can clear. Right? Then there's using the song, which is already cleared the samples. So we're playing the song, not necessarily the samples, so we don't have to clear them. So I can sample James Brown, because everybody samples James Brown. It's already established. I could sample the Searchers' Ashley's Rose clip, because it's already been established. But there are other records that I can't sample because I can't clear, but I'll play the record, which already cleared it. So I'm good, right? Because, like, I can't clear Buzzsaw by the Turtles, but I don't have to if I'm scratching My Name is D Nice, because he already cleared it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't need, like, Ashley's, like, think about all the records I would have to clear, but you know where I could get around it? If I get Heed the Word of the Brother and I scratch that, so I could just get the clearance for the record and not have to clear the samples, because they already cleared the samples when they recorded their album on 4th and Broadway. So that's the reach. So that's the thing. So if I'm going to use something straight, I'm going to use something that everybody always sampled, always samples, and I can easily clear it. But for harder shit, I'm just going to use the record, because I'm not going to
hold the fuck out of it.
Yeah, I'm not going to fucking call the Turtles lawyer to clear something. The Turtles? Hell no. I'd rather call the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Shit.
Yeah, I mean, I can relate.
Hey, I think the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were performing around that time.
Yes, they were.
At that time.
Hey. Y'all Kid K, spin that wheel. Turtles get real. And then also there was Turtle Power by Partners in Crime. That shit was out at the time. And also there was that MC Hammer song from that fucking SBK was the name of the record label. That Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1990 movie soundtrack was fucking, that shit did numbers. I didn't have it. I didn't own it because I was in the, no. But I went to the movie. I saw the movie in theaters, to give you an idea. I turned 15 that summer. I saw the movie in theaters.
Right.
I happily went to go see it. I used to read the comic books back when it was just a New England thing. Back between like 1984, 85, the only people that even knew Teenage Mutant Turtles existed were fucking art nerds and comic book heads in New England. So Boston, Massachusetts, Maine, Rhode Island, Vermont, and then like it went outside, like maybe Connecticut to like maybe New York and shit like that. So, but like it blew up by like 86, 87, and then it had a cartoon. So it's like, what I'm saying? The cat's out the bag. You can't act like you mad it blew up. You know what I'm saying? You have the toy now. Shut up. Stop crying. You're playing a fucking game on Nintendo.
Right.
The fucking Turtles couldn't even help but sell out.
Yeah, I mean, but the difference was that the dudes that made it, they were toiling away in a shack. Like, please! They were calling up people purposely, buy this shit! You know what I'm saying? So like, so my perspective on, I can't believe this blew up. Them dudes was like, we're selling 500 copies of this out the trunk of our car when we go to a con. Somebody license this shit. Blow us up. Get me paid. I'm sick of living in this shack. I want a nice car. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I want women that are way more attractive than I am to want to have sex with me because I drew a turtle. With weapons.
I mean, that is a lot of the reason people do things,
I mean, keep it a buck. Rest in peace, David Peters. The man not only pioneered a whole bunch of stuff in Marvel Comics, he created characters that, were in films that generated billions of dollars, and that man died in medical debt. Yeah. Medical debt. And Marvel should have covered all his expenses, all his costs. He should have lived way more comfortably. And that's the life of creators. But we can't say that about the motherfuckers who made the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They did not get fucked over. There's a new Teenage Mutant Turtle incarnation every minute. I bet you one of the greatest things that ever happened to me. I know this is a side, but one of the greatest things that ever happened to me. I wrote a piece about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and their New England and Massachusetts and Boston ties on my blog Poisonous Paragraphs back, I think, in 2007. And one of the guys corrected me on some stuff on where they made it, how we came up with it. But other than that, he loved the blog and my perspective. And I wrote underneath that, oh my God, one of the creators of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm never going to watch this blog again. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, that IP continues to, it's definitely still active and people care.
Yeah, so when you think about like why Jackin For Beats works, it's also very demo-ish because how do we know Biggie? Biggie recorded a fucking demo rapping over a couple different beats, the most notable being Blind Alley, a Blind Alley loop. He didn't fucking make a song. He just rapped over different beats. That was the demo. Right. DJ 50 Grand took some records and he just had rap verses and he's just scratching. That shit was very raw, very unrefined. The sound wasn't great, but everybody who heard that demo wanted to sign this motherfucker. And that's the same idea, the same appeal of Jackin For Beats. Jackin For Beats is very chaotic, but it's very dope and it's very creative and it's fun and hard. It's gangster and it's fun. Like Cube, like we talked about earlier, like Cube had this knack for making this hard shit, but then using these lyrics and wording things in a way to let you know that this motherfucker was really good at English in English class. And like he finished his homework just so he could write dirty raps. Because he went to a really good high school. He went to a really good high school. The dude was in college. He was in college. N.W.A. was like, get the fuck out of college. We're going to be stars. Nigga, what you doing? Come back home from college. The fuck is the matter with you, smart, stupid asshole? Bring your ass back here.
Smart, stupid ass. Yeah, I mean, at the time, I could see how, it would seem like they were right. But I mean, it makes sense why he ended up outmaneuvering them. And it also explains how he would go on to do family films.
And it also explains how he would go on to be an absolute dickhead when it came to politics. But it is what it is.
Yeah. Right.
Let's celebrate the music.
That's what we're here to do on this program. Yeah, we all like the record. I mean, I'm always gonna. I wish, honestly, it still happens, but I came up in an era of mixtapes and people rapping on people's stuff. You just don't see it as much anymore.
Not at the level we saw
Right.
it in the mixtape era, or even prior to that.
Yeah. I mean, they always talk about nature healing and hip hop's back, restoring the feeling. Okay. I haven't seen this be restored yet. People just hopping on beats because they like them or they're popular and they want to try their hand at it. I miss that, But yeah, this is, I guess, one of those formative records when it comes to that. I mean, if not for this.
Well, when was the last time you jacked a beat, Mel?
No, like literally a few weeks ago. Actually,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, then, I mean, look, you got to be the change you want to see.
Yeah, no, it was.
We need Mel jacking. If no one else is going to jack, we need Mel to jack.
Oh, brother. Yeah, it was.
That sounded wild.
Yeah, I was definitely thinking. When you said it, what went through my head is absolutely Paul. But yeah, it was. We reviewed it on the show. It was the Fat Cat Lovely beat. I jacked that beat. Yeah, I mean, since you got me thinking about it now, Ice Cube don't beat me up, but I'm sure from what I know about politics and his politics now, he might laugh at it. This is definitely what Nancy Reagan was saying back in the day, if the stories are true. And I jacked anything. Yeah, but there you go. And on that note, Moulz, is there anything you have to add about Jackin For Beats?
A little bit later on, I'm going to play some of the Jackin For Beats tributes, if you will.
Oh, okay.
But we don't need to waste Dart's time. So, Dart, if you have anything to plug. Oh, there's one thing, actually, before you go.
Cool.
Next time we're going to have you on is next season. And I've had it as Paul's Boutique for the longest time, but I want to ask you, what do you think is more important for us to cover first? License to Ill or Paul's Boutique?
Definitely License to Ill. Definitely
Okay.
License to Ill.
Then you'll be on for License to Ill instead of Paul's Boutique.
Oh, dude. Yeah, absolutely. In recent years, it's funny how much I've been looped in to talk about that album, and I'm an expert now, so yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Well, you'll hear from Dart next season on License to Ill as we continue our 80s deep dives with Dart. But Dart, you have anything to plug while you're here in season 16?
Yes, absolutely. So, one of the things that I do is like I turned 50 this summer. So one of the things that I've ended up doing, in my in my time is that I've gone back and I've thought about like what brought me here to this point in my life. What do I value the most? I've been through so many spaces. I've owned a record label. I've been in A&R. I've been a journalist. I've written liner notes for albums and jackets. I wanted to be the person that got thanked and mentioned in the album liner notes back when it mattered. That happened. So like, what do I really want to do? And the thing is that right now, so I'm part of Everyone 250, and 2026 is going to be the 250th anniversary of the United States of America. And one of the main cities that, was involved in the creation of America, is Boston. And so Everyone 250 is a campaign that brings people to the different neighborhoods, towns, centers of commerce, and different spaces in Boston that are Black, Latino, and Asian populated and owned and things like that, and tells our unique history in the city, as opposed to hearing about Paul Revere and shit all the time. So that's one thing. The second thing is that Mathematic Athletics is a company that I work with, and we have this thing called Boston Legends. Boston Legends makes this line of clothing called Neighborhood, the Neighborhood line. We also have the Boston Legends line. So what we do is we tell stories of Boston and Massachusetts through our clothing. So at mathematicathletics.com, we sell the neighborhood tees, shorts, hoodies, and like other accessories. But basically, like it's throwback uniforms, based on, the Celtics, things based on Boston basketball and sports culture that, people in the inner city and the surrounding areas, are up on, but not everybody else is. So it's like a point of pride. And a lot of it had to do with the fact that, I'd be in all these different spaces and we'd be talking about something. It's like, how come nobody's done this? No one's done this documentary. No one's done this. So we've lately, gotten a lot of support from, the Boston Celtics. And I was also in the docuseries for HBO Max, Celtic City, that ran for 9 episodes. I'm in all 9. So we're doing a lot of things, a lot of projects around that. So I'm doing a lot of work right now. I'm trying to get a bunch of documentaries greenlit and made. I'm working on a book right now with DJ Amir, who's, you might know as half of the Khan and Amir, one of the dynamic DJ duo that made and curated all these records and rare mixes and edits and stuff like that. So basically that's what I'm doing right now. But basically my big thing right now is Mathematic Athletics, mathematicathletics.com. And you just go see the T-shirts, the jerseys, the shorts, the hoodies, and everything else that we have. And this summer is going to be huge for us.
Nice.
Maldo, are you listening? Okay.
Yeah, our
this is calling out to you. All our Boston listeners need to get on this, for sure. Mm-hmm. And anyone who supports Dart. What I love is that every time we have Dart on, he's got something cooking.
That's right.
He's got something new. He's very inspirational to me. I just want to say, Dart, we're so thankful to have you back in the fold and to be off intermission here so we can get back to business. And it's been a pleasure having you.
Yeah, this is one of the most fun things I get to do. I quite literally, one of my intros to a lot of people is that I go on YouTube and I pull up a clip of something that I did with y'all, and they just start dying laughing. I visited my brother. And like the shorts that we did, the shorts. I pulled up the shorts and played the shorts for my brother and my niece, and they were crying, laughing. They're like, "What is the matter with you?" So yeah, I look forward to any time I get to work with you all.
Nice. We appreciate
the feeling is mutual, and we'll speak to you soon. Beastie Boys, Licensed to Ill, next season.
Yes, sir.
All right,
okay.
So we're not quite finished here.
No,
it was great having Dart.
Always great.
But we got some archival audio to go through. I was mentioning I have archival going through the long tail of influence that Jackin For Beats has had.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to start with something from Ice Cube himself, Jackin For Malt Liquor.
Did this come before or after Jackin For Beats?
After.
Okay, so you just kept jacking.
Well, this isn't a song, it's an ad.
Oh, okay.
Come here. Give me that groove, fool. It's a full-time jack move. St. Eyes, more liquor, make the black move. And I tell when Tom, Dick, and Hank, who bought 8 ball, you got gang. But with the black, not the copper. Cause the ST crooked eye is so proper. With the LENCHMOB, plus a tall can and a 40. And here's how we'll greet ya. Pass your brew first time we meet ya. You feel dumb cause you didn't know. Ice Cube don't drink that other beer no more. Drink some and you won't change back. You say, I ain't never drunk a beer like that. Off the end of the bottle you choke, show dogs in the house. Pass the quote. And if you wanna come up, pull to the store, get out, and then run up. Go to the counter with your 5 and buy 40 of the St. Eyes.
So that's the St. Ides Malt Liquor ad from Ice Cube.
Wow.
Mel, how are you feeling as one of the kings of promotional rap?
I feel inspired. I'm glad you asked. Hey, Rain, hit me up. Total Body Fuel. Here's the thing. Friend of the show, Jonathan Cloud, hit me because I put something on what is it, Instagram notes. I said this can of Rain is power bombing me, and because it was a bad high. I was tweaking and geeking, and the man hit me and he said, what did he say? Hold on, where's this shit at? Here it is. Yeah, he told me. Shout out to him. He just put out a song with Jadakiss, apparently. Yeah, it was fucking good too. He said, Rain, my brother in Christ, your Rain gang. I told him they had a sale. I had to see about it. And he said, man, I swore them off because they give me the jitters. I didn't need no energy drink working that well. LMAO. And I said, really though, dog, I've been having vicious jitters for hours now. But listen, I can't kick the cup. So I think I should make it all worth it. Y'all hire me and I can hop on the beat, talking about, this is Mel for Rain, the caffeine to help you maintain. Okay, let me fucking do it. All right. I am the biggest fucking caffeine I know. All right. Can I please shill some fucking shit? That's another note. Here's the thing. I know at the time.
God, it's the caffeine.
That's right. The fucking caffeine. All right. Shit. I'll work that gimmick. This is the thing. At this point in hip hop history, it's both a good and bad thing that I guess he would be doing promotional raps because it helps spread and legitimize hip hop as a valid musical form to these fucking idiots who never saw it that way in the first place. But it also commercializes it, commodifies it. Now we're selling beer, and beer itself, it poisons the community.
Dart was talking about so much also in 1990 was everyone trying to prove that they're not selling out.
Right. And then here's Ice Cube, the bad motherfucker, who will tell you how it is selling beer for corporate America,
St. Ides had a lot of rappers do promo for them.
It did. I'm familiar with the different St. Ides things. Listen, this is the complex reality of being a black man in America. Because I'm like, damn, hey, I mean, y'all nigga get your money. But also, don't turn into Jay-Z and be a capitalist fuck.
Listen, me and Jesse, we come from that OKP, right? Mm-hmm. And I remember the Roots doing like free concerts at Webster Hall because they were sponsored by Cool Cigarettes or Hennessy. And it's like the Roots. And there was a bit of an uproar on OKP. It's like, are the Roots disobeying their principles and like this? And then there are people like, ain't no principles. Like, what the fuck? Like, Black Thought drinks and smokes.
Ain't no principles.
That was probably Jesse, actually.
Right, because he's a mark for the Roots. But now they're the fucks to him. So, maybe he can see things differently. But, I'll say, no, it's not Cool I'm thinking about. It's Newport. Newport was so fucking insidious in the black community with ads. I remember growing up in the different liquor stores seeing these fucking ads.
Oh yeah, I mean that was like a big part of their ad strategy.
That green and orange, I love the colors.
Cool
I always did.
Is trying to be these are like menthol Cool cigarettes, so they were trying to be in direct competition with Newport, and they're like, oh, we get the Roots.
The
show, and if I recall, it was a 21 plus or maybe an 18 plus event.
Okay.
And there were women walking around with like those silver platters that like someone would maybe walk around at like a cocktail hour and give out like champagne flutes on. Mm-hmm. There's just Cool cigarettes.
Oh my god.
Packs of Cool cigarettes on this silver platter.
Come on.
And they're walking them through the crowd like, basically free cigarette, anyone? Like free pack of cigarettes, anyone?
Brother. Okay.
Meanwhile, it was like Talib and the Roots performing.
Killing the community. But it's not their fault. Yeah, they accepted it, but it was somebody else was going to accept it if they didn't. It's the institution that we have to focus on and attack. Okay? He said, no, what kind of podcast are you trying to be an activist now? No, I'm just saying, I never grew up to smoke cigarettes, but I remember how those green and orange ads made me feel. They made me feel good. Newport pleasure. You saw a happy, smiling black people. I'm like, this is a great fucking color mashup. maybe I should see what's going on with these Newports. But then I remember, no, cigarettes bad. Okay, I used my mind. All right, which is what a young black man should do in this country. But some people didn't. All right, and they started smoking them Newports to be like them smiling black folks in the ad.
All right, and you know what? You start smoking them Newports, and then next thing you start doing is Jackin For Joints, which is our next song.
Right.
From Brother Lynch Hung.
Okay. Wow. Hey, yo. All right. Jackin For Joints.
Hey, yo. Because his name is Brother Lynch Hung.
Hey, man. You know, shit. Here we go. It's Jackin For Joints.
Roll me a motherfucking joint, check my gap, nigga get my point cause I jack. Roll on fools like Vice, and my 9mm ain't Nathan Nice. I start jacking for blunts, I black jacket and once I get dank, I'm sending niggas blood to the blood bank. You better hook me up, rock buck. I drop on my loaded heart, stop buck like nut, smoking up blunt for blunt. And one time you can check me if you check me if you won't, cause soon as I get my day, you know it ain't 10 minutes later for I'm planning my next gang.
And even if you're down with my crew,
Yo, Chuck, man, I don't understand this, man. Yo, you got this mother. I jack them too. So hook it up, Mo Green. You know it's that jack pressing up against your motherfucking spleen. Give me all that green bug so you be picking up jacks off the motherfucking rug. Straight jacket, off to the next nigga. RJ, you better have a name trigger. I don't play, nigga, so give it up. Shit.
Straight jacking off to the next nigga.
Why
sorry.
do these sound like bars from one of the Hot and Ready mixtapes, Mel?
Because that's that mode I was in. All right, listen, we haven't mentioned him in a while. All right, these are erotic barber bars. Okay, these are fucking
The Erotic Barber.
Yeah.
Okay, we
All
love
right.
the Erotic Barber.
We love the erotic barber, and he loves this sweet. Lots of jacking going on. What are we jacking next? What's happening?
We're jacking this Charisma and Peanut Butter Wolf Jack the Mac.
Okay, well, let's do it. All right. Don't use peanut butter to jack, okay? And I'm not speaking from experience. I'm just saying, seems like a bad idea.
This is the Let's Pretend story of Jack.
Jack, yet I feel like the Mac. Jack, 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 the skins go ooh over the Jack the Mac. Jackmack, how the bat is that? T-cat, now girls, he call them Matt. Why? Pussycats are kittens and they under the butterfly.
We all love Jack.
Said the girls, yes the girls. So hand me the joke, cause we had a whip like Jerry curls. Yo, Peanut, watch out, man. Jack can raise a fat jack. Yo, move on my way, step off. Give me that dope, diddy dope, no meaning of broke. If you cross the wrong path, you smell the gun smoke off the barrel, that big 4-gauge barrel. If you mess around with Jack, if you're fat, you find yourself narrow. He's the pusher, the dope dealer, woman with crazy skins. And he didn't have too many friends. He can be classified as old in his old grounds. He wasn't rolling with a gang, that's why sometimes he got beat down. But he came up like a Jack. How? By selling crack. Crack pusher. Can I have a hit? Why don't fiend with the tap lips? Over Jack's product numbers, he snuck. Trumps with gold and crazy women with the fat lust. At the club to dancing, just waiting for your chance. In to see if Jack would approach, and after some romance.
Okay.
Maybe Jack Harlow should remix that one, Mel.
Sounds like a good idea. Fucking Jack. Hey man, listen, Jack. You wanna raise your stock, okay? Jack Harlow, are you listening to Rap on Jackin For Beats? Rap on some of the beats of the day. You can kill a lot of birds with one stone. Help bring mixtapes back. Legitimize yourself.
For beats.
Jackin For Beats. Just go crazy. You're some of your illest bars yet. I know you can do it. I've heard you rap good. Okay? Kill a bunch of beats. Help popularize mixtapes again. It'll show you guys. Now, I know his whole thing is like, what is the latest joint, Tranquility? He's like, I don't need no hip-hop credibility. Fuck, if you feeling me, I'm feeling me. Well, listen, that's great. Okay, self-confidence and all. But no, listen, nigga, all right? You need to do this, okay? Because things are falling apart, all right? Do it.
You have a pathetic catalog and a absolutely pitiful work rate, okay?
Oh, his catalog ain't pathetic, okay? Confetti a classic, but we ain't got to talk about
Ain't no fucking classic, okay?
Classic to me. But
well, listen, something's a classic to everybody. Just like,
that's right.
I'm sure this is a classic to Jesse, the #1 Tribe Called Quest fan. We know. This is Tribe Called Quest. Once again, Jackin For Beats remix.
All right, here we go.
You're on .5 once again, Tip. You're on .5 once again, Tip. You're on .5 once again, Tip. Watch me bust they bitch. Okay, you're on .5 once again, Tip. You're on .5 once again, Tip. You're on .5 once again, Tip. Watch me bust they bitch. Okay.
Ooh, you didn't tell me once again, my friend. I swear you do it to me every time. 'Cause you stay crazy on my mind. Boy, you got it going on. And on and on and on. And on and on and on. Yeah.
Lady and the radio. Come on. This is the year that I come in and just devastate. My style is great, action peoples cannot dominate. My rhymes are harder than last night's erection. Don't play me close, I have this mic up in your midsection. My this love simply meaning that my joint is tight. Amping up the mic, making sure production's tight. Sometimes I might catch a severe case of writer's block, but by the end of the day, you'll be on my jock. Real name's Malik.
Harder than last night's erection. Boo. But I did pop to hear our beat, all right, for our advertisements.
Yeah, our beat. That's right.
Listen, we jacked it, all right? It's ours now, okay? It's how we sell So What's the Scenario, the hip-hop debate game. Use affiliate code RAD.
We did jack it because we have Sticky Fingers. And he's up next with Jackin For Beats.
Oh, this is a circle jerk. The way we just jack into jack into jack to jack. It's come on, the connections. All right, it's a sticky web of connections. Here we go.
What's my motherfucking name? And who I'm rolling with? Labels better get it right. Rappers better give me that beat, fool. You been jacked now. You ain't heard Sticky Fingers on your track now. Somebody said you #1 in the street. That's why I'm coming for you first. Jacking your beat. Come on. I took your beat and rearranged it on some thug shit. Got robbed on the radio in broad day public. The thugs loved it. It's not a game. Went solo on an ass, but it's still the same. Beat robber. Jacking rappers beats and make them hotter. Stealing all your spins plus your dollars. Killers, if you feel me, just follow. What? Come on. Take it to the streets on the wax, we bustin' heat. Even if it's off your plate, I got to eat. I'm on some bullshit for no apparent reason. I want it with y'all, I'm ready to die breathing. It's the rappers I rob, the beats that I take, the labels I snake. For 30 grand, I'll perform with the way. Touch your life, and everything I touch, I take. Hate me now, but later gon' be too late. I'll murk you, everything that I spit is controversial. I'm the illest killer that ever signed a universal.
Oh, shit. Well, I expected him to say it's the dicks I suck, but that's just because my brain is bad, I guess. So,
well, maybe this next guy will say it. It's Eminem, the wacky man himself, our main man, Slim Shady.
That's right.
It is dropped.
All right. Well, Eminem, it's time for you to jack. All right. And I know you'll have
it's
a great
Jackin For
time.
Beats, but we need to hear this Eminem drop first.
Oh, shit. I said it drop. All right. Because we should play it. We already know what's going to take place before we even hear it. Okay. We have to appeal to these Eminem marks. And we have to play our drop. So listen.
Oh, looks like another club banger.
Check it out.
It's like this and like that and like this. It's like this and like that and like this. I'm the illest rapper to hold the cordless, patrolling corners, looking for hookers to punch in the mouth for the roll of quarters. I'm meaner and relaxing in Roscoe, beating James Todd Sr. and smacking his back with vacuum cleaner attachments. I grew up in a wild hood, it's a hazardous youth, with a fucked up childhood that I use as an excuse. And ain't shit changed, I kept the same mind state since the third time that I failed 9th grade. You probably think that I'm a negative person, don't be so sure of it. I don't promote violence, I just encourage it. I laugh at the sight of death as I fall down a cement flight of steps and land inside a bed of spider webs. So throw caution to the wind, you and a friend can jump off of a bridge, and if you live, do it again. Shit, why not? Blow your brain out, I'm blowing mine out. Fuck it, you only live once, you might as well die now. Aight. Yo. It's only fair to warn, I was born with a set of horns and metaphors attached to my damn umbilical cord. Warlord of rap, little bastard with a 2x4 board and smashed into your Honda Accord with a 4-door Ford. But a more toward drop of an acapella, the chopper fella, the mozzarella worse than a helicopter propeller. Got you locked in a cellar with your skeleton showing, developing anorexia. When I'm standing next to you, eating a 4-course meal.
That M.O.N.M. Okay.
It was another club banger. Okay.
Listen, look, come on. All right, folks. It's that guy, that form of him. You have to love it, right?
Oh my God. Well, I mean, if you do, you do. And if you don't, you don't. But
I do.
Fuck it. What are we ending the season with, Mel?
What are we ending the season with?
Season 16. The EP season. Yeah, let's fucking reveal it right now.
The Slim Shady EP. Okay, that's how we ended the season. We're going back to the well of the white man because he does good business for us.
He does good business for us. We have a good relationship with him.
We have a great relationship with him. Okay.
And we look forward to covering Prime Eminem because the last thing we did was the beginning of the end for him.
That's right.
Go check that fucking recovery review from Rab Intermission if you missed Intermission, I guess.
Hold on, what Hamilton song? Where he was like, great relationship with Jimmy Iovine. Are you fucking sure, man? Hold on. Is it called I'm Pretty Sure? Because that's hilarious. That's fucking hilarious. I think it's this.
Ow! It's Charles Hamilton. And I know. Whatever. Let's see. A good relationship with Jimmy Iovine. Great relationship with a pretty dime piece. And she Jamaican like I like my women.
Okay, they ain't ready. They ain't ready for that. That's a deep cut. All right.
Well, we gotta take it back to the Down with the King mixtape, Gangsta Grills. That was put out before another Rab Intermission review we did, that T.I. Urban Legend.
Okay. And
this is T.I. Jackin For Beats.
Well, he jacking with Tiny, I guess. So here we go.
Hey, Drama. What's good, my man? You know the streets been fiending for another one of them Jackin For Beats, you know?
Cuz niggas want to hear somebody really spitting for a change, you know what I mean?
So dig, man. Why don't we crank this shit up this year?
Man, I already got the beats loaded on the deck, so all you gotta do is start rapping, nigga.
Let's do it, man.
Hey, keep my name out your mouth. I done said it before. Cause all them games I ain't bout. Tell whoever you know. Before I put a stain out, aim it dead at your throat. Or bring the rifle out the house and put your head in the scope. Pimp and train for the drama, shout it ready to go. See me hanging out the Hummer, spitting 70 more. You were talking about a drought, I was peddling snow. And I doubt you get some blow for cheap as I'm selling it for. Hey, I'm a G, what I'm worried about a felony for. When I get free, bet I be ballin' hard as ever before. Got some Chevys, but a Benz, what I'm usually in. Niggas ain't on the crew, I put a few in the wind. Keep it pimpin' to the end while you choose to pretend. Shot a video in the pen and I do it again. Made new nationwide from 11 to 10. Headline CNN, Peter Jennings and friends, nigga. I'm so cool, been doing this since the old school. You turn into a gangster when your vocals hit the Pro Tools. Ha, look at her, man. So don't get it confused.
Peter Jennings and friends.
Peter Jennings and friends.
That popped the shit out of me. Oh, you gotta love this rap, you know. Okay. Who's jacking next?
We got the late great Nipsey Hussle.
Ah.
And he was jacking for beats too.
With two C's. Okay.
Of course. You know.
All right.
You already know what time it is, man.
You're checking out another DJ Ski and DJ Reflex World Premiere.
Volume 2. Look, hopping off the plane, blue chucks on the runway. Hustle, nigga. Yeah, I only get it one way. Mama said, boy, you's a fool. Stay in school. Last month I made more than every teacher at my school. Come kick it at my pool. Come swim in my jacuzzi. Watch my big screen. You can fuck one of my groupies. Truly, young hustle living like a boss now. Straight up slossing the Fox Hills and tear them all down. 5,000. Really, it ain't nothing. Fuck browsing. Spend it all in double back for more hustling. I'm so self-centralized, I'm accustomed to envy. I see hatred in his eyes, I'ma rush him. Trust no bitches, you'll be fucked over lust. Plus there's 6 million ways to die, that's just one. I'm 1 in a million. Mamas, grab your children, save them from the block and what's in back of them buildings. Will be somewhere on the coast fucking filthy. Rich or fresh, smoking cohibas, buying real tea. Gold medalist, I got to bring the torch home. Speedboating and getting my Scott Storch on. Now Al Gore calling me up on my iPhone, saying that the bitch that I'm burning fuck up the ozone.
Oh, you didn't even hear another beat yet.
Rich roller get rolled on. Yeah, and big shots to my bros. And fuck yous to the niggas that told on. Little chopper, baby scooter, infant kill bone. Young niggas to the judge that was still grown.
That West Coast, that Tupac, he had, he really took his time with that because he was trying to.
He's not from the West Coast.
No, we know, but yeah. You know how they think over there, though. They think that he is. Okay.
Well, he thought he was.
Yeah.
Which made them think he was.
Right.
We know where he's from.
All right.
We do.
We do.
We found his birth certificate. Okay.
Imagine he's not from fucking L.A. or New York. He was like born in fucking Antarctica. Like,
ain't no Antarctica.
Crazy
we
shit.
know what he was. Okay, he's MC New York.
MC New York. That's fucking right.
I have an issue with all of these jackins that are going on. Ice Cube was jacking like it was supermarket sweep.
At a faster pace.
Jacking.
Yeah,
all the beats were coming at a mile a minute.
Yeah.
These guys are rapping like fucking 16s before the beat switches.
Right. Okay. They got that
they
slow.
Ain't jacking. They're taking their time.
They ain't jacking.
They're creeping, Ice Cube was robbing.
Creeping on a come up, okay? No, if you want to come up, you got to jack fast, okay?
I've never seen it done like Ice Cube did it. But we got more.
Okay.
All right? Can this last man restore the glory of what jacking really means? Because he has 2 chances. This guy, Smoke DZA, who we'll be covering next week, on Patreon, one of our 2 EP reviews is that Smoke DZA and Flying Lotus EP.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to throw up 2 right now. Jackin For Beats 94 and Jackin For Beats 04.
Oh.
So let's see. Can he jack like Cube?
Well, let's find out, starting with 94.
Until the day a nigga kick the bucket, fuck it. I'ma get my niggas rich and tell haters to shut it. Like they about to get a fortune, bitch. Middle finger, you all. I'm on my Steve Austin shit. Never mind the flossing, kid, cause it costs to live. Unless you wanna spend your whole life in an orphanage, nigga. Get off your ass and get on the ass. Get on your team and get your hand to some green. You know that nigga got cash in the safe. Tell that fool, open it up or start trashing the place. He start frontin', then gun butt him. Let him know you ain't joking, give him a concussion. No bluffing, blood rushing. Make sure that blood clot leaks. Tie that motherfucker up so he won't call police. Follow my procedures and your leaf scot free. Nigga creep like a bomber clot teeth. But get the running with my guns is barking. Grab that chick you loving and get the ducking. Cause once I get the dumping, it ain't gonna be hard to see your head split like I dropped the pumpkin. Who wants it? You ass wipes is mad like the majority of my niggas ain't rap too tight. My man Buddha straight hung robbing niggas on sight. And since Frog got shot, he ain't been caring about life. Truthfully, my boys are no good. They pop up and have the block looking like a scene from Boys in the Hood. I'm from the hood, not the rap hood. Come through thinking shit sweet, you gon' get your shit twisted like backwoods. My determination.
Okay.
Turn this off.
All right.
First of all, you rapped too long on the beat. I'm sitting here waiting for a new jack, and there's no jack in sight for what feels like hours, but it was probably just about 30 or 40 seconds. Then you put a beat that's like mad slow. Why is Can I Live? Way to slow everything down. You speed it up. You don't slow it down.
You know, this is the problem. If you don't jack fast enough, the police will show up and catch you in the act of jacking. You got to jack and move. Jack and move, jack and move, jack and move. You're jacking for too long and you're going to get caught.
You're jacking for too long, guys. All right? I mean, let's listen to 04, but I don't have high hopes.
All right.
Yo, Pete, what up, son? Yo, we gotta go find Smoke, volume 2, baby. The streets waiting for this shit. Yo, I don't know where this guy. Yo, dog, you gotta go find him, dog. You gotta drop this shit now. When the beats on, they start to step. Cause they know I spark the tech. Push come to shove, I part your chest. That's what I call being marked to death. My bitch will beat your ass and not fuck up a washing set. When the pressure's on, niggas be folding. I put hands on you like I'm molding. I'm ready rock. You never see my Philly stop. You ain't gotta deal with a little rock. Put his song swag, I ready fly. Niggas frontin' like they getting heavy guap. But I know, son, and trust y'all like niggas pop. He ain't stash, he stupid. He got some cash and blew it. The hood tapping like Jackson Hewitt. This is Smoke Man, a flow haze and exotic. Man, it's logic. I serve niggas like Andy Roddick. Nigga, I'll take it too. Dog, I will aim, maneuver, and have your block looking like Fallujah.
Hey, yo, man, here go my man right here.
I'm
the
here,
block
bitch.
is 9/11.
Yes.
You better stand up or get laid down out of the sky,
Alright,
nigga.
he hotter than smoke, not even. I'ma be wrong till the day I stop breathing. That's word of my moms. I stand for it. Fuck the cops fighting the wrong. If I was Bush, I would've been done murder Saddam. Fuck, these little niggas run around with their little packs. I see him in the hood and run up on them like, Jimmy, I'm the repo man. You fuck when you see me. Ain't nothing going down if I ain't getting no PC.
If I was Bush, I would have been like, I mean, I'm sure he was trying. Just couldn't get it done. But I'm sorry, Smoke Dizzle. I tried. Okay. Turn that on while he's fucking painting.
What happened?
Oh, you fell asleep because that was nothing.
Dart is back?
No, Dart is gone for the season.
No.
Yeah.
Did we upset
listen.
him or something?
No, we dismissed him before this archival suite because we knew he might do what you just did.
Oh, the archival suite, right?
Yeah.
We got to play Smoke Dizza.
We did.
Oh,
folks, Moulz is telling y'all that it ain't no Smoke Dizza. Okay, at least when it comes to jacking.
well, we'll see next week what his fate is ultimately, but yeah, fuck that. All right.
Well,
that's it. Once again, Dart, thanks for joining us. See you next season for that Beastie Boys.
Yeah, we'll see him next season for Beastie. And we thank you all for joining us for this Jack session. I guess
you gotta move on.
We gotta move on. Wish we could stay here and Jack forever, but we'll leave that to Jesse.
Hey, it's Mel from Rap Rankings. To hear the full episode this clip comes from and all of the other episodes, check the link in the description, stop by raprankings.com, or search Rap Rankings on your favorite podcast platform. And please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting to help us grow the channel and continue our journey as hip-hop's first and premier extreme podcast.